program, and obviously we have the Citizens Police Academy, which is kind of a liaison for our population between the citizens and the police department. I appreciate you establishing, helping to establish that Citizens Police Academy. My question is, we do have trained reserve officers currently right now that we have not done a lot of work with in the past. You had said at the beginning of your remarks that you felt that program had not been leveraged sufficiently, and from that perspective, what do you think may have been done differently? My concern here is that we do have people who are trained and have some basic abilities to supplement police staffing on this, and I'm a little concerned that we may be opening up a hole of exposure here, especially for larger events, and I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on that.
I think it's a good question. What we're looking at here to kind of fill the vacancies is we've had already some citizens step forward through the CPA program who want to volunteer in events like the 4th of July. They'll want to man those, what we would consider to be non-essential corners or intersections that we'd feel comfortable and safe leaving someone of a Citizens Police Academy level at. The other thing that we look at as far as training and issues that we have now, what I can look back, I can see no legal updates that anyone's had as far as criminal case law, federal law. There's been no issue training on any type of current, really, issues that we're dealing with, gangs, gun trafficking, anything. And of course, as we go through, the courts have become more and more complicated in what we have to present as evidence for prosecution. And it's just, if we do this, if we were to maintain this, it would take an incredible amount of time and personnel to maintain this program properly.
Sure.
And I'm talking about having them individuals show up at least a minimum of 16 hours a month. Many of them have jobs and cannot do it or are unable to. I'm looking at, sending them outside for training, bringing outside training in, as well as testing them and making sure that if we field those individuals on the street, the city's not exposed to liability.
Sure.
And there would have to be a lot of catch-up, if I can use that term, to get them where we're even close to where they should be.
Well, thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Anyone else? I entertain a motion. We have an ordinance number? 2441. Oh,
I move we pass ordinance number 2441, revising Chapter 2.20 of the Gardner Municipal Code to allow suspension of the Gardner Reserve Officer Unit.
second. Motion Harrison, second Freeman, that we pass ordinance number 2441, revising Chapter 2.20 of the Gardner Municipal Code to allow for suspension of the Gardner Reserve Officer Unit. Harrison?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Shute?
Yes.
Roberts?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ordinance number 2441 passes. Thank you, Chief.
Mr. Mayor, if I might, just on behalf of the city, because we have had volunteers with these officers to help us when we needed them, just kind of thank them, and particularly since, Mr. Girl is one of those who have done that, just want to thank all of those officers that have helped us out when we had that program.
Agreed. And point well taken, and Eric, thank you. And all the reserve officers, thank you. New business item number 8, consider approving change order number 3 for the Big Bull Creek wastewater treatment plant. Brian.
Change order number 3 for the Big Bull Creek wastewater treatment plant addresses two things: changes in quantities and an extension in the contract time. The City of Edgerton's asked for council acceptance of the change order before they process it. The main item for us is actually the increase in time. Looking at your council action form, the decrease in cost to the City of Gardner is actually $55,000. We've actually saved that in the process of constructing our Waverly lift station and improvements to the existing plant. But the 92 calendar days takes us actually to around December 31st. The main reason for that is the process of acquiring the property that we needed to cross to get to the Waverly lift station. And so that was the added increase in time. Staff would recommend that the city council accept the contract changes. Total contract change of $47,946.69 is a decrease, and extend the calendar days to 92 additional days for a new completion date of December 31st of 2013. And we recommend these changes in change order number 3 be accepted and forwarded to the city of Edgerton.
Is there any public comment regarding new business item number 8? That being the case, does anyone have questions for Brian?
I'm frankly shocked. Not very often do we get a change order from Public Works that has a decrease of monies allocated. That's kind of nice. Appreciate that.
Hey, Brian, this is where you say you're welcome.
Or you say, I got here and look what happened.
No, because the next one will probably be
Yeah, we'll eat this up or something else. But, a question, I've got a little bit of a question about the 92 calendar day adjustment, and maybe I didn't catch it in the presentation. Is this just because of the time it took for us to acquire the land for the lift station? Or is that...
A lot of it, I mean, when this Waverly lift station was added, we did not actually increase the time.
Okay, so it's just housekeeping on the back.
It's housekeeping. I mean,
Yeah.
a big part of that, they thought they could get it done in the existing contractual time.
Sure.
But then with trying to acquire the property, also there was issues with the property not being annexed initially.
Correct.
And so we had to do some redesign to meet the requirements of Johnson County. All that took additional time.
So without this, they're out of compliance right now.
That'd be correct.
So this is really something we need to get done.
They need.
Yes. Sure.
I move that we accept the contract changes identified in change order number 3, and that this acceptance be forwarded to the city of Edgerton.
Second.
Motion Freeman, second Shute, that the council accept the contract changes identified in change order number 3 and forward it on to the city of Edgerton. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Let's send it along to Edgerton. New business item number 9. Consider approving ordinance number, would this be a change in the ordinance number, Ken?
Nope, it'll be 2438.
2438, to provide for an electric utility advisory board for the purpose of providing advice and guidance to city council on the electric utility, and to further repeal ordinance number 2296, amend and repeal section 13.20.010 and 13.25.010 of the Gardner Municipal Code. There's no staff presentation on this item, and to be clear, this was an item that I asked to have put back on the agenda. At the last council meeting, while we were having questions regarding this particular ordinance, our new city attorney, Ryan Dank, who's been approved unanimously again, was pointing out that there were some issues, conflicts, and some nonconformity with state statute that was troubling, and that there was quite a bit of information that he could go through, and I know that this isn't something that you hear all the time from somebody that's in political office, but I made a mistake in not allowing Ryan's opinions to be heard, even though Councilmember Shute was wanting to continue to discuss them, as was Councilmember Fodovich. Now, at that time, it was suggested that Mr. Dank, well, at the time, he did not have the information in front of him in a memo form. He said that he could generate that to us, generate that and forward